Right now, myself and my associates are holding several individuals hostage in the federal courthouse. I will get what I came for.
Where's live? Where's live? What's going on with everybody out there? It's happening. RB, what's happening?
You're joking. Nina Walker. My name is Jesse Blackstone. Your talent deserves to be heard by the world. What we can do together will put us both at top.
We're going. Oh, nah. Nah, this is my recliner. Yeah, this is my recliner. You know. See, I got. Okay. Of course, I can't go all the way back because I got something behind here. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Is this war serious or not? What war are you talking about? You gotta specify what war, because there's many wars going on right now. But we ain't talking about that tonight. But we are talking about something that could potentially start, you know what I'm saying, some shit. You know, as many of y'all know by now, you know, I was going to do this live a few days ago, but you know, timing and all that, and then, you know, got too late with that. But I wanted to make sure that I got up on here and I talked about this. Turn this down. You know, just to replay what happened. So 607 Unk, he's been on No Jumper. I guess he's a new host or whatever. And you know, they had Aunt Hefe on the couch, and then you had Munchie B on the other couch sitting next to Adam, and then you had Weirdo Lush, you know, sitting next to Ant. So as 607 Unk and Munchie are going back and forth talking about, you know, politicking basically, right? 607 Unk let the live word come up out of his mouth, right? And you know, Munchie was like, hold on. Hold on. You done said something and you done fucked around and right? So for the next few minutes, you know, 607 Unk sit up there trying to defuse the situation and whatnot. Talking about, I forgot. I'm like, you know, first reaction was, you forgot. Or so I'm like, how did you forget? You literally coming, you claiming Crip, right? You literally coming to the land that created this whole scenario. Munchie B is not somebody that you don't know. Everybody knows who Munchie B is by now, right? So, and everybody knows that Munchie B is a blood. So, how would you forget to say that? Like, every Crip should know, you know what I'm saying? Who is Damu and who's not Damu? That's off the rip. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, well, then you ask. You inquire, you find out. You know, that way you don't slip up and say something and get your teeth knocked out, right? So there's a whole big old thing going on, and then I even seen something the other day where somebody actually threw another curveball in the situation about how Munchie didn't jump up out of his body when 607 had said that, then the video, and I wonder if y'all remember this. This was like a couple years ago or whatever, when Munchie B had jumped out of his body because, you know, a Crip had cussed him up. Everybody was like, don't cuss me. You know what I'm saying? Cuz was like, man, shit, you can blood me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no difference, right? Because at the end of the day, you gonna speak how you gonna speak. As long as there ain't no disrespectful terms being spoken, then you really shouldn't have anything. You know what I'm saying? But I understand some fools just ain't happening, and I used to be one of them. But so then I had to take a look at that part, and then so I had to separate that from what happened, right? So Munchie B, I'm going to address that, but I'm going to address that at another time because that is some weird shit. But this is what I've been thinking. The fact that 607 Unc felt so comfortable saying that word in front of a Damu only leads me to think one thing. We've allowed people to get too comfortable coming to California. Some would say, well, I can't be, because it seems like every time somebody comes to California, you know, something happens. Yes, that's true. But at the same time, we've also allowed a certain comfortability to people that come from out of state, come out here. They may be on the same time with this banging shit, you know what I'm saying? But we allow people to be very, very comfortable. This isn't something that started just yesterday. This is something that started a few years back. You know, like you going back to like the beginning of the 2000s, where, and I brought this up plenty of times, but where people were allowed to do certain dances that are not affiliated nor associated by said group or organization, right? That was like one of the first steps where I was like, oh, that's not good. Because I was thinking from the perspective is not good because somebody could really get hurt, right? Like somebody could be at a dance club or whatever, and you could be in a whole like blood neighborhood, right? And you sit up there and you doing the blood walk because you think it's cool and everything, and then boom. You know what I'm saying? Some might give you a warning. Others are not going to give you a warning. Same thing with the Crip walk. You know, if you're not affiliated, associated, whatever the case may be, and you get caught doing that, yes, it's going to be bad for you. Some will just give you a warning. Me, I'm not giving you no warning. You know, because I've done pressed a few fools in the past about doing that dance, you know, and you're not, you know, because the first thing that they're going to ask is, where are you from? What you bang? Who's your OG? Who vouches for you? You know, all kinds of shit. And if you can't answer any one of those questions, well, there are consequences behind that. You know, because those steps are very sacred in this world. You know, not every Crip walks, and not every blood walk. You know, but it still holds the same. They will check you just as much as somebody that does it all the time, you know, because it's part of who we are in this crazy world we call gang life. Or as the youngsters say, gangland, gang. All right. So I think that's where it started. It just it kind of went in this wave, right? Kind of went in this wave where, okay, people not really tripping off of colors too much. And, it literally, gang culture became part of hip hop culture in the sense of it's not even so much about the streets as much as it is about the organization, the section, the side, the people you hang around. That's why you would have, you go to like when Lil Wayne and them years back came out here and Spider and them had pressed her. Because you're getting on camera and you talking all this blood shit. Woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? Like you coming to California, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You still had individuals that would press you on that matter. But then you had everybody else that would sit there and just be like, oh, we ain't tripping. They just having fun, right? They just having fun. Oh, it's just a dance. It's okay. Oh, it's okay. And then something happens. Is it okay then? And this ain't me on some California bias type shit. This is me on some respecting where it started, respecting where the birthplace, the foundations, the rules, the codes, the everything. When you come to California, you have to do that. It don't make a difference if you forgot. We don't forget. You know what I'm saying? In the same manner, if we go to like for instance, we go to New York, right? And let's say we go to like Queens, right? And we up there and we say something that somebody from like the Bronx or Brooklyn would say. They gonna look at you like, yo, this is the Bronx. This ain't Brooklyn. We don't say that around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they got every right to go upside your headline. All that, oh well, I forgot that. No, that ain't gonna work. Because if you involved in this shit and you go out of state, you gotta play by their rules. You feel me? You gotta go and you gotta know what to say, what not to say. It's like when I went to Denver, right? Shout out to South Sib. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jesse and Lady Che. You feel me? Shout out to Ghost, Who Riding, all that. Just like when I went to Denver. You know what I'm saying? Cuz took me through, I was in some neighborhoods that was like, I wouldn't walk my dog through the neighborhoods. You feel me? But I didn't go out there like, oh yeah, I'm from California, so I could do. No, I didn't do that. Because I'm not in California. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and not only that, but I also knew what to say, what not to say, how to conduct myself. If I had any questions, I would ask questions. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have any questions, then you know what I'm saying? I just go on with what, I know. And I didn't slip up, say something crazy, or, you know what I'm saying? Because if I did, you know what I'm saying? They would have every right to go upside my hairline. You know?
service.
So that would have been crazy, you know. And I know some people probably expect, you know, oh yeah, he's from California, so he probably think he like nah, because I respect it. It's just like even in my own hometown. If I'm going over to another side of town, right? Even though it's in my own hometown, my backyard and all that, I'm not gonna go to that side of town and say something disrespectful, you know, because there's a lot of intertwining parts, you know. So if you slip up and say something, your jaw probably gonna go that way, maybe that way. You know what I'm saying? It's not going up. You know what I'm saying? It's not going. It's going to be on the other. It's going to be on one side of the room. You know. So I don't buy when 607 Unc be like, "Oh, I forgot." No, I don't buy that at all. Oh, there go the comments. Oh, y'all been commenting? Shit. Yo, Muhammad, what's going on? I was just sitting here wondering, like, what the hell? Yeah, I don't watch it either. But I do like I watch reaction channels, and that's where I get a lot of this shit. Oh yeah, thank you. Shit, if Lena was mine, as soon as I found out she was, oh man, that pussy over there, dirty that motherfucker. Zoro, what's going on? I don't know if you watched Godfather. Oh, nah, I don't, unfortunately. What's up, bro? Greetings from oh, hey, what's going on? Welcome. Damn, that shit good. Yeah, it's I smoke nothing but the gas. Nothing but the gas. This is actually like two different strands. Let's see. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, definitely hoping things get better. But we don't know what's live during the blood. Yeah. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. He definitely got the respect, but I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody is bigger than the program. Lil Wayne lost my respect with the My Life Matter, especially yeah, Lil Wayne. And they used to rep Crip. That's the funny shit. That's the funny shit. Them fools used, man, you go back to their earlier videos, man, they was up there repping Crip and everything. Oh hell nah. Oh hell no. No, I don't want to do that. Do I have a no, I don't. I used to years ago. I'll talk about Ethan Page and Ricky Sainz shit. Yeah, that would be dope. Yo, CG, what's going on? All days off in the building. What's happening? Oh yeah, y'all been up in here. Okay, I see y'all. Yo, what's going on, cuz? I see y'all here. I see y'all in here. Oh yeah, this is all StreamYard. Oh, it was cool. Oh, you do? Got that vapor. You know, because it's a crazy thing. right? Because it took me a good minute to process. There was Crips and Bloods in different states, right? It took me a good minute. And so I was just sitting there like, hey, hold on, what the fuck is going on? Because you gotta think. Growing up, I've been up and down the state multiple times. From the time I was a kid, going down to LA, I was in Inglewood, South Central. You feel me? I'm like in the hood. I'm not in the look. No, I'm in the hood. And I'm in Crip territory. I was in Crip territory in one, and then when I was in Inglewood, I was in Blood territory. So I seen a lot of this shit at an early age. But you know, I'm a kid, so I'm like not tripping off this shit, right? So so back home, you know, I started seeing it, you know, around, but I didn't see it too much because my mom was keeping me shut. She was like, nah, boy, you ain't finna go out there in the streets. Nope, you're not dealing with it. You're gonna keep your butt inside, you know. So there was a lot of things I did see. So the things that I did see and were allowed to see at the time that I seen them, and then combine that with what I would see on TV, on watching the news. Yeah, I was one of them kids that watched the news at a young age. But I'm glad I did. So all this stuff going on, and then just like being a kid and just hearing shit, right? This is all California. Not knowing like anything in depth or anything, but I'm knowing this is California and this is what we do out here, right? So when was that? 1994, I want to say it was 94, 93, 94. Banging on Wax came out, right? Now, keep in mind, DJ Quick had already came out with the song, you know what I'm saying, Just Like Compton, right? So it's still not because I'm just still, because I'm like, okay, Just Like Compton, so I'm still on some Kelly shit. So kind of like went one ear and out the other, or whatever the case may be. So in 94, when Banging on Wax came out, when HBO dropped that documentary, that's when I was like, oh, whoa, hold up. You got these motherfuckers in Arkansas banging? You got white boys and white girls banging Crip and folk and all that? I'm like, yo, it was like my head exploded that day. Now, it was making me angry when I was watching it, but in a way, I kind of appreciated it, but I still didn't like it because I'm like, what the fuck is y'all doing? Who put y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm on some like, well, where did y'all get y'all shit from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is this just some renegade type shit that what y'all doing? Or, I mean, I just want to know, you know what I'm saying? And then in some cases, some people from California did move out there and everything. So I'm like, okay. Because that's kind of like in the same sense of how, you know what I'm saying, I got involved. You know, it was somebody from California or from LA came on up, you know what I'm saying, LinkedIn, you know what I'm saying, with the East Side, and then boom, you know, the rest is history. But so now I'm like, so now I'm going back and I'm listening to that DJ Quick album. Now I'm really paying attention, right? So 94, I was only associated. I hadn't been put on to anything, right? But I was always, you know what I'm saying, I was still going to parties and, you know what I'm saying, I was hanging out with the West, you know what I'm saying, because that's where I went to school, I established friends and, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But then I had established friends on the East Side, you know, but I had my own thing going. I knew everybody else, like, you know, so I had my own thing going. So, but a year later when I got put on, you know, that's when my anger turned into I don't ever want to encounter any one of these people. You know, it would piss me off seeing somebody not from California begging. You know what I'm saying? But as I've gotten older, of course, and you know, got to meet people and experience a few things in life, you know, I don't care no more. My only thing is there's a foundation that was set, and as long as that code is where it's at, whatever you do after that, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't do it like LA. You know, we don't do it. We do it completely different, you know? And that's where a lot of confusion gets caught in about, oh, well, there ain't no Crips or Bloods in the Bay Area. As a matter of fact, OG Juice, he just did another interview just the other day. And the same topic came back up and he explained it again. So I'm just like, man, I'm not explaining shit no more. You know what I'm saying? I've given the history, I've spoke on it, I've given sources and all that, and people still want to act oblivious to the shit. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna speak on it like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna get into this whole, well, ain't no Crips and Bloods in the Bay, and I'm not finna get into none of that. You know what I'm saying? That conversation is dead to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't need to justify my growing up to anybody. You was either there or you wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? You either take what I say as gospel or you don't at all. But I'm not finna sit up here and do all this shit. I'm not even finna do this shit with my own people. You know what I'm saying? Because people in my own people want to sit here on this wall. I'm like, nah, I ain't finna do none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because the real ones know what the truth is. You know what I'm saying? The real ones know. Everybody else just want to be on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? And really, in a way, going down that path and being from the Bay is actually my path anyways, because I've always been a rebel. I was never a follower. So it was like me just doing shit just because I'm from the Bay, I would feel like I would be following some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to follow nothing. I want to do my own shit. You know what I'm saying? If motherfuckers respect it, cool. If motherfuckers don't respect it, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just stay on my way. You know? Says you enjoy the page. Says already looks like he really do. Hey, I pitched for both of them was just Paul and Seth. Me too. I watched that. Oh yeah. 93. That's what it was. Yeah, 93. I never thought that was true. That the Bay. Yeah, that. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be a motherfucking fool to get in front of this fucking camera in front of everybody and be talking some shit and we ain't never had the shit. You know what I'm saying? So and not only that, but like, even though he didn't get on camera, y'all heard his voice. You know what I'm saying? And that's cuz from the land. You feel me? Damn, let's fucking mosquito, get up there. That's cuz from the land. That brought it to the east side. You know? It was him and the homie we, you know, and they brought me along in this Crip shit though. You know what I'm saying? To where I was able to along with my homeboy Rodney, you know, to get together, you know, and start our own shit. You know, expansion. And it worked out because Rodney was already from an East Side clique, so he was already repping it. But we living in the Central though, so this is what it is, and we got the okay from the OGs. So you know, and nowadays, I think they call it like Middle East or whatever. Which I mean, it always has been because like I've always said, we controlled that the villa controlled that territory. It was certain parts, you know, and with my brother living, you know what I'm saying, and then we living in the neighborhood or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It was like too many homies, but then there was still no name, no side, no section. That's where we come in at. You know what I'm saying? With Veterans Park being home base. You know? And I took it very serious. I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because like I always said, OG told me if you're gonna Crip, be the best Crip you can be. You know? And that's what I did. I went out there and I, look, I was if there was ever a award for like gangbanger of the year, I was definitely going for that shit. I was definitely going for that shit. You know, I mean to the point to where, you know what I'm saying, I got a cousin, he from Oak Park, right? In South Sacramento, right? Now, I didn't know that he was involved. You know what I'm saying? Like some of my cousins already knew that I was fucking around, you know. So on this day, well, actually it was nighttime. I don't know what was going on, but we all kind of went to my grandparents' house. So there's a couple of us hanging out, cousins hanging out, and you know he came outside, whatever, and he got the blood this and blood that. I was like, hold on, what? So turn on that blood shit, cuz. And he was like, oh shit, this is Oak Park. I told him just like this. The fact that we here, I'm not going to take off on you. You know what I'm saying? But if you ever anywhere else in Fairfield, I don't give a damn on the west, the east. I don't give a damn if it's in Sassoon. Say that shit to me again, and we're gonna have some problems, right? And he was like, oh no, I know. You know what I'm saying? Same way. Woo. Like, yeah, I was ready to fight my cousin. Even though it was two different cities, right? Two different cities. Like it's an hour from Fairfield to South Sacramento. Okay, so but it was the 90s though. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't make a difference. And the fact that you know what I'm saying, I got ties to the Gardens. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the homie Rob. You feel me? So it was already like, you know, that's the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the fact that's the enemy. You feel me? So, but me being me, I wasn't always around. I was always doing my own thing. So by the time I seen him again, he was like, he had got out. Now I don't know. Well, I don't know if he got out or if he just stepped away and he just stopped the banging shit. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, Damu's wear suits too. They wear ties and all that. They put Ethan Page with Seth and friends. They have a you know. Because it was real serious at the times, you know. Like and when we would how they say we outside, yeah, we was outside. We was never the only time we was inside is when we was sleeping and eating. You know, as a matter of fact, mostly just sleeping. Because even at home, we would be outside, you know. We'd be out, you know what I'm saying? In the garage, in the driveway. We'd be on the corner. Shit, we'd be on all the corners in the central. You know. Like we was really around that motherfucker. You know. And those that decided that they wanted to like try to slide through, like hell nah, you ain't coming through this motherfucker. What the fuck? You know, any like get-togethers that people would have parties or whatever, you know, we go up in them parties and be like, nope, get your ass up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You don't belong over here. You know? Motherfucker be like, oh, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, fuck all that. I don't know why y'all let the motherfuckers up in here. Shit, y'all know that ain't that should get no play. That get no play. Ethan Page may not be as big as Braun Breaker at Bronx Marine, but nah, he would fit. He would definitely fit. Lonnie in the building. What's going on? Salute. Shaquilla Brown. Hey, Shaquilla in here? Huh. I don't see her. Oh, there she go. Yo, what's going on? For some reason, your comment didn't pop up at first. But yeah, you know, we were all over that motherfucker. Like it wasn't a part of Fairfield that we wasn't at. But we had, you know what I'm saying? We spent a lot of time in the central and a whole lot of time on the east side, you know. Now I spent a lot of time in the west starting off. You know, I was like, you know, because like I said, I went to school in the west. So, you know, and then Sullivan, you know, there were some people from the west that went there. So, you know, that's kind of how that played out. But now at the same time, I had my friends from the east, you know, and then just kind of I don't think things kind of just gravitated, you know, and then especially when the homie was like, man, nah, fuck all that shit. You gotta come on. You already know what's up. You know. So, you know. And I never played with it. I never played with it. You know, a lot of people didn't like it. I didn't care, you know, but it definitely, it brought, you know, and I know a lot of people have this thing about gangs and, you know, because of the violence and all the bullshit that, you know, comes with it. But at the foundation of the whole thing, it's just a family. You know what I'm saying? It's when you don't have a particular thing at home, whether that be a mama or daddy, you know, regardless if they're like in the picture, sometimes they're still not present. And you're looking for that. You're looking for that family. You're looking for that peace. You're looking for that. You know what I'm saying? If I need something, you know I can go to them. You know, and that's what it is. You know, all the other bullshit, that's just over money. You know, people get. As a matter of fact, it ain't even over money because how the whole shit even cracked off in the first place was over a female. Now, I look. I done had my heart broken a few times, right? It comes with the territory. But I ain't started up a whole damn war over it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't started for what? Like you got these niggas out here that be talking all this gangster shit, right? Oh, I'll do this, I'll do that. Blah, 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 blah. But as soon as that woman say, I don't want to have anything to do with you no more, I'm leaving. These fools get on their knees, got snot coming out their nose, talking about, baby, please don't go nowhere. Please, I love you, man. And the fool finds out who she dealing with. Nah, man, I'm finna skip that nigga. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shit, that's my woman. Like, what? But I thought you was this hardcore gangster, right? Gangsters don't get in their feelings, right? Like, they be getting in their feelings. I'm like, hey, let's just go get you another one. And that goes for a lot of you ladies too. Because a lot of y'all be tripping the fuck out over these guys. I be like, what the hell going on with this shit? Just go get you another dude. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I know the crop has got kind of short over the years because you know you got a James that turned into a Jane, you know, but still, you can go get you another one. You ain't gotta go and be stalking the dude and be waiting outside his house, breaking all the windows in his car. You know what I'm saying? Breaking in his car, sitting in the passenger seat, waiting for him to get in his car to go to work. Like, you ain't gotta do none of that. You ain't gotta do none of that. If you're done with you, you're done with you. I'm just saying, you know, you ain't got to go all crazy. You ain't got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. You know, but that's my time, y'all. I'm about to get off of here. Jesse is live. Y'all want to slide on over there? You know, but all I'll be on here again tomorrow. I'll be on here a lot. Let's see, Sunday. Yeah, I'll be on here a lot earlier tomorrow. So I will. Until then, I will see y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. I'm gonna slide over there, but I'm gonna be watching some AEW wrestling. I'm gonna watch some old pay-per-views tonight. Oh yeah, hey Shakira, I'm gonna hit you too. I ain't forgot about you. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Until the next time. Peace.